Okay, to change your old head adapter over from a new head, the first thing you're going to do, you're going to have to take the head out. So you're going to have to take out that screw, that screw, that screw, and secure the dampers in some way or form. Put some dampers in a Ziploc bag so you don't spill ink everywhere. So pull the dampers out, put them in a Ziploc bag, take the 3 screws out, and then turn over the head, and you'll see 4 screws. I've only got 2 here because it's an old head. So there'll be one there, one there, one there, one there. So you just simply got to take the screws out. So I'm just taking these 2 screws out, but there will be 4. Put them aside, and then that head will separate like that. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to replace this whole top bit. You can see actually there, it's a good example actually, you can see here there's dried ink. So that's what happens, the ink gets dried inside there. So importantly though, when you do take one of these off, put that one aside and then grab a new one. There will be an O-ring in there. It looks like this little rubber O-ring. So take the one off from the existing one because the adapters don't have the O-ring, but it's an important part. The O-ring, make sure that when you pull it out, that you flush out the little holes so none of these are blocked. So just get some hot water, boiling water or something, and flush it out, and use a little needle or something if you need to. But basically make sure all these holes are nice and open like they are in there. I think you can see it better if I do that, how they're all open. Then also make sure that there's a pattern on the actual head. Make sure the pattern matches. So this one needs to go this way. You can see how the pattern there matches that one. Once you get that one, put that on the new one, and then you put it back on there. Now it'll only go one way, so if you try and put that back this way, it won't fit. So it'll only go in one way, which is a good thing. So you put that back in there, you put your screws back in, these screws back in, and then it's a new head with a new top. So basically the adapter will have all clean channels and no blockages in there. So if we look back at this other one, you can see, you can imagine if we use that one there, how the ink is all, the white ink is all actually solidified. So that will also be all through the arteries inside this top adapter, which is what sometimes happens. It actually clogs up the insides, and you just can't get those clear. So that's why we changed the adapter. So if you're having ink starvation, or your ink's not pulling through properly and you're getting a lot of missing channels, sometimes it's best to change the adapter because it's a lot less money to spend on a brand new head. The bad side is if it's not the adapter, then you need to buy a brand new head. So you're going to be up for a head plus an adapter. So once you use an adapter, you know, we can't refund that, unfortunately. Anyway, that's it. Then just put it back, straight back in, put the 4 screws back in exactly the same way, put the dampers back in, and away you go. So once you've got the head back into place, the one thing that you will need to do is recalibrate it, because the head only has to be slightly different position by, you know, a micromillimeter, and that will affect the calibration. So once you put this back in, it's just best to do a headspace, both vertical and horizontal calibration, along with a bidirectional as a minimum. You could also do a step. That's probably not as important because the step shouldn't change, but definitely the horizontal and vertical headspace and the bidirectional would be important.